Recently, a friend expressed his views that sometimes we have to give up freedom for the sake of safety, and that we would all be safer if only the police had guns. Both of these views are born of idealistic thinking and are not rooted in reality, history, or fact. First, let's talk about giving up rights. You're all familiar with the famous quote from Benjamin Franklin in 1755. "They who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety." We could add to that they would end up with neither. Surrendering liberty only buys the illusion of security. This is not an abstract idea, but a historical fact. One of the reasons that giving up liberty fails to secure safety is the main tool applied with the claim of public safety is prohibition, and prohibition does not work. When you make a desired commodity illegal, you do not prevent access to it. You simply make criminals out of those who use it and create an opportunity for organized crime to provide it. We see this historically with the prohibition of alcohol in 1920. During those 13 years, we saw alcohol-related deaths remain flat, while murder and violent crime nearly doubled. We can see similar results in the war on drugs. We also see this with gun control, where despite thousands of attempts all over the world, gun control has never succeeded in reducing murder or violent crime. It has never made the public safer. So the question comes up, if gun control has never worked, why do people still want it? Well, some have ulterior motives, and some are misled. But for many it comes down to being afraid of guns or mistrusting of gun owners. They would feel safer if guns were banned. Now history clearly shows they wouldn't be safer, but they would feel safer. It's only the illusion of security. It's the same desire to feel safe that drives the belief that only police should have guns. As gun owners, we know that it is rare for a police officer to prevent a crime. Their role is more often to pursue the criminals after the fact. And while I have no doubt that their efforts do make us safer, that doesn't help the victim of violent crime. In truth, the responsibility for protection of family and self falls to us, and we need the appropriate tools to accomplish this. As gun owners, most of us believe this, but what do rank-and-file police officers think about gun control? Well, earlier this year, Police One surveyed 15,000 law enforcement officers to answer that very question. To the question, would magazine bans reduce violent crime, 96% said no. Well, what about an assault weapons ban? Not only did 71% say it would have no effect, but an additional 20% felt an assault weapons ban would increase violent crime. Okay, so the vast majority of police believe that gun control doesn't reduce violent crime, but surely it would improve officer safety. Nope, 60% of officers believe it has no effect on officer safety, while 25% believe that more gun control would make them less safe. So what do the officers believe would help? Well, opinions vary more widely here, but the top answer was more permissive concealed carry laws. That's right, the number one answer was more citizens lawfully carrying guns. And 80% of the officers believe legally armed citizens could reduce casualties from mass shooting events. Now, despite these numbers, many people just don't trust you or I with a gun, while they do trust the police. Is that trust misplaced? I certainly don't want to denigrate the police. I have many friends and family members in law enforcement. But the facts show that sworn law enforcement officers in the U.S. commit crime at the same rates as the general public. That includes murder and violent crime. Donning a badge does not make them less likely to commit crime, nor does it inherently make them any more trustworthy. So if police don't want gun control, and they commit crime at the same rate as the general public, why should they be the only ones with guns? Once again, it is selling our essential liberties for the illusion of safety, an endeavor which inevitably leads to losing both.